Tynee Talks. We gonna talk about it right here. Yeah, you ready? It's Tynee Talks right here. We gon' talk about it right here. We gon' talk about everything you like. I'ma make it real, real clear. It's Tynee Talks right here. We gon' talk about it right here. I'm gonna talk about everything you like. I'ma make it real, real clear. Cause it's Tynee Talks. And I'ma talk about it. Yeah, cause it's Tynee Talks. And I'ma talk about it. About it. About it. About it. And welcome to this special summer edition of the Tynee Talks podcast. I am your host, Tynee, and this is the podcast where you come to laugh and learn, the podcast that educates and entertains. Because you know we're going to do a little entertaining. You know you're going to learn a lot on here. Today's show is brought to you by me, Tynee. I'm here, and I have a really great guest today, and she is Kendra C, owner, operator, beauty guru of KCoFaces, and she's going to give us all the summer intel of what it takes to be summertime fine with the skincare regimens. I had to come on today and be summertime fine. I got on my yellow tank. I got
with the glasses and everything.
And I got on the sunnies. But I'm going to take them off because I need to look my baby girl in the face. As you can see, she fine as hell, obviously. So if you're going to take some beauty tips from anybody, this is who you need to take it from.
Thank you.
I could be a little bit biased because this is my little cousin.
And is, if you didn't know.
But on a professional note, Kendra is going to tell us a lot about herself, but I want to give you guys a little 411. She's been in the beauty industry for over 15 years. She has gave facials and beauty consultations and makeup to some of your favorite celebrities that you see on some of your favorite television shows and reality shows. So we won't name drop because we ain't clout chasing around here, but just know that you've seen her work on TV. And that's what y'all gotta know. Am I right?
That's all right.
Kendra hails from Flint, Michigan, but she currently resides in Atlanta. And she kind of from Beecher though, but Flint, you know.
Is.
And she attended the Atlanta School of Massage, where she got her license to become an esthetician, and she's actually a licensed medical esthetician. So she's going to talk about that medical grade, what you need to, baby, to step your game up and to be what? Summertime fine. So without further ado, welcome to the show, Miss Kendra C.
Thank you so much. Thank you, cousin, Miss Tynee Talks.
Thank you. I just want y'all to know before Kendra gets into it, I got married 3 weeks ago, and Kendra came to my wedding and shut it down.
Don't say I shut it down.
Kendra came to my wedding, emphasis on my. And let me show y'all something because because what I'm gonna have to actually do is show y'all. Y'all see Dorothy Dandridge over there? Y'all see it's giving Hollywood glam, it's giving Mets Gala, it's giving Grammy Awards, it's giving EGOT. Okay.
Not EGOT. Tynee, not EGOT. Oh my God. So to my defense, like she said, I'm always doing the makeup. I never get to just go to weddings and be there and be on the scene. I'm always in the back doing makeup, looking sweaty and making everybody else look beautiful. So when I get a chance to go to a wedding, I kind of overindulge. Baby
girl gonna always come correct, and we're here for it. So without further ado, Ken, tell us, I gave a little mini intro, but give us a little bit more background on you getting into the beauty industry, how you got into the beauty industry, and tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so of course, I'm Kendra. Some of you all may call me KCoFaces out in the streets. Kendra is perfectly fine, whatever you may choose. I started doing makeup in high school. I actually was late for my own prom because I was doing everybody else's makeup. And how I decided I kind of wanted to take that on as a little bit of a career or somewhat of just making money. I was in a singing group in high school. We're not gonna go into that. However,
she was famous for a little bit.
My A&R at the time, who's Lexi Allen, a lot of you may know her, actually took us to her makeup artist who was in Detroit and still does makeup. His name is George McKinney. And we actually went to his house and he showed us how to do makeup because we didn't have no budget. So of course I became the resident makeup artist for the group and I absolutely loved it. Like loved it. Came down to Atlanta, worked in, you know, all the different makeup counters as everybody does when they're getting in the beauty industry. And it started taking off from there. I started getting picked up for TV and film roles and just weddings. And I started doing makeup in like the strip clubs here in Atlanta. And by far, that was one of the best jobs I've had because listen, between the laughs, between the fights, between everything that goes on in the Atlanta club scene, gave me my 21-year-old life, okay?
I can only imagine. I bet it was messy, drug dealer boyfriend.
Okay, messy, but I got my life. Yeah. And they were some of the best clienteles too. And talk about tips. Whew. Anywho, I started doing makeup every single day. So outside of what I was going to college for, I'm like, this is what I'm really making my money at. And I love to do it. You could call me at 3:00 in the morning and I would be like, okay, I can come do your makeup. If I had to be on set for 12, 15 hours, I didn't care because I loved doing it. But then I started coming across a lot of compromised skin later on down the line. And I would, you know, be kind of upset that I couldn't tell them how to fix their skin. And I was talking to my sister and two of my homegirls, Tamika and TV, and they were like, well, why don't you go to school for aesthetics? And I was like, I think that may be a thing. And literally a month later, I was in school for aesthetics. And that was 8 years ago. And I haven't looked back since. So
I love that. I love that you had a myriad of experiences. And so that you can go in basically to any setting and kind of fit in and make the client feel very comfortable. And because you worked in the strip club, that just shows a lot about your character, that you're not like judgmental.
No.
And so I love that. So when you mention people having compromised skin,
right,
that is a very chilling term. You know what I mean? It kind of stands out. So can you expound a little bit on what it means to have a compromised skin and you're like piling makeup over it?
Yes. So compromised skin can be anything between textured skin, acne, aging skin, dry skin, and that's where we come into your different types of skin. So you're going to have oily, normal, dry, combination skin, and then sensitized skin. And
it's oily, normal.
Yes, oily, normal, dry, combination. And sensitive skin. So sensitized and sensitive skin are two separate things, and we tend to get that mixed up a whole lot. Sensitive skin is just sensitive to all products. You're going to have a reaction of whether it looks like it's breaking out or if it's red or if it hurts. Sensitized skin is from over usage of products, using the wrong products, and that creates the skin to be sensitized. So, but you don't normally have sensitive skin. So if you would back away from like all those products or overdoing it, your skin will go back to its normal state, whether it be dry, normal, that type of thing.
Oh, that's really good to know, because earlier I have really bad allergies, as you know, the world knows of my allergy stories. And so a lot of times some of those things that you described with the sensitive skin would happen to me, especially like you said, you worked at a lot of makeup counters. Well, when you're young and you go to the mall and they're asking you to try this on your face, you know, you do it without thinking. And I was doing those things and, you know, having reactions and scaling of the skin and the bumpiness and the redness. So I realized that I can't be out here in these streets
Cannot.
doing all of that. And so, okay, that's wonderful. So I didn't even know that. So the different types of skin. So as we move into the different seasons, you talk about the different type of skin tone. Skin types.
Yes.
And now I want to talk a little bit about like skincare and skin regimen as it pertains to the seasons. So now as we're easing into summer, we're already here for the hot girl summer. Some people say it's F&F summer.
Okay.
It's an F&F summer.
Or we acting bad all summer.
We acting bad all summer.
All summer. Our cousin Carisha said we acting bad.
Girl, cousin Carisha said we acting bad. We acting bad. And we F&F. I'm definitely F&F because I got me a husband. So
you got a whole husband out here.
So I'm F&F out here.
A whole
Because sometimes them F&F, those FNs can cause your skin to break out. But
stress. And we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into all of that, boo.
All right. Okay. So seasons and skin. Why do people have to have different routines for the seasons, or does your skin regimen need to be the same all year round?
Okay, we're gonna go on a little soapbox. Okay, so everybody get their notebooks, their laptops, and let's get to jotting down. Okay, so we went over the types of skin, which is normal, oily, dry, combination, and sensitized, right? 5 groups. Then we have what we call a Fitzpatrick scale. Fitzpatrick scale is going to go from 1, which would look like your Nicole Kidman, all the way down to your 6, which would look like your Lupita Nyong'o. Okay. And all in between, you will have Miss Tynee, you will have me, and all those skin tones in between. And we call that melanin. So with that, you have things that you need to do for your skin. For instance, since we are in the summertime, typically normal skin, we can go wherever the wind blows with normal skin, because we really don't have reactive skin. We really don't have dry skin. We really don't have oily skin. Typically, we may have oily skin, specifically in what we call the T-zone. And that's everybody. So if you're typically just oily in the T-zone and that's it, you would still be kind of categorized as normal, because that's everybody's facial sebaceous glands and oily. We all get that.
Come on, medical terms.
You're so silly. So for the summertime, if you're normal, you can pretty much use your regular skincare regimen. If you're oily, which is typically a lot of people, especially in the summertime, we're more oily because we have a lot of those glands that's going overdrive in the summer. So we're in the sun, we're sweating. You want to use things that are going to be more drying. You're going to want to use matte moisturizers. You're going to want to use your heaviest creams at night. You're going to want to use sheer SPFs. You're going to want to use sheer moisturizers just to kind of keep that oil production down. If you're dry, you still want to use your moisturizers, heaviest moisturizers at night, and kind of use more of just like a serum and moisturizer in the daytime, opposed to a heavy moisturizer that you would use, but you going outside. As soon as you go outside, like in Texas heat or in Atlanta heat, you can sling the sweat off of your skin. If you have sensitized skin, you kind of want to just go off of what maybe your esthetician or dermatologist may say, because sensitized or sensitive skin is a lot of things that we can't use for products that would be for the summertime. You would kind of look like you got rosacea everywhere, and you don't want to do that. So
that's the redness, right?
The redness that would be right here. Sometimes we see it right here. And a lot of the times it's not rosacea, but you get little red right through the neck area. You kind of just want to make sure that you consult with your esthetician or dermatologist to kind of get the best products that fit for you. I'm all for medical grade products. I feel like If you're going to invest in your skin, you should invest the best products. Our largest organ of the body is our skin. And
Integumentary system, babies.
hello. Okay. Come on, AMP. Come on, biology.
Come on.
So we have to take care of it. It's got to last us until we, this is the only thing that we have, and we got to take care of it. And summer months can be really, really harsh on our skin. I know for a fact because I actually was supposed to film Tynee Talks last year, but I could not, because me as an esthetician for 8 years and growing up in a house where my mom was very big on skincare, I got burned. When I say I got burned
bad.
I got burned. Those vacations really took me out. And it wasn't like okay, Tynee, I can come film with you in 2 weeks. I literally had to wait till my skin got back to its normal color, which took a while. And I got burned, what was that, like May? I took a lot of vacations.
It was May. Yeah.
Yeah. And I really didn't see my color kind of get even until probably to like after my birthday in August. It wasn't really.
It was bad. She was peeling really bad. We don't have to display the photos because it was quite, it didn't make her feel good, as she talked about our integumentary system. Our skin is our largest organ, but as women, everybody wants to feel and look beautiful. And as she stated earlier, when your skin is compromised, specifically on your face, you don't feel your best.
Right.
So I'm so glad you brought up your reaction to the sun that you had, also known as sunburn, when you were peeling, because I too, years ago, 2013, I went to Disney World, and because I was a dark-skinned girl, I said, oh, Black people don't get sunburn. This is what I thought. That was ignorant. Skincare in my home was more so like, put cocoa butter on if you got a scar, take the cocoa butter off, put Vaseline on your
legs all over in the wintertime.
And that pretty much, and clean your skin every day, like wash your skin every day, your face. But other than that, like sunscreen wasn't a big thing. It wasn't talked about. It wasn't, I don't know if it was even understood that it was important. So I went to Florida and I got sunburned so bad. I got an allergic reaction. I got rushed to the hospital. And this is not a paid endorsement, but I wholeheartedly support Black girl. My cousin, Black girl sunscreen. I swear by this. I swear by it, and it's so great. And Kendra can talk more about it, because you mentioned like sheer sunscreen. You talked about moisturize, and I really want you to tell them about like SPF 30. And Black girl sunscreen is so good because it is sheer, it goes on smooth, it's not heavy, and it does not leave white residue. And I put this on every day, even when I put makeup on, because I'm in Texas and the sun is
terrible there.
Hellfire. So I wear this every day. So can you touch a little bit about SPF and the importance of like sunscreen?
Yes. So I'm gonna backtrack a little bit about the Black and brown skin doesn't need sunscreen. And I always tell my patients and my clients, everybody needs sunscreen. You have skin, it's susceptible to burn. You have your UVB rays and you have your UVA rays. Both of them are, listen, they can get you. And when it comes to sunscreen, we all need it. Everybody, everybody can get sun damage, sunburn, and skin cancer. I can't tell you how many patients I've come across, unfortunately, that were Black or brown, and they had skin cancer and didn't know it, and came in to get facials, and I happened to notice what it looks like. I've been doing it for quite some time, so I can kind of tell what it looks like. I don't diagnose, but I definitely tell them, hey, tomorrow you need to make an emergency appointment to go see your dermatologist, or go see your primary care physician and get this looked at. And they come back and they be like, wow, thank you, because sometimes skincare, most of the time, for Fitzpatrick 1 to like maybe 4, which would be your lighter complexion, all the way up to kind of like my complexion and a little bit darker, where you get skin cancers on your skin. They kind of look like moles or like a rash, and the rays doesn't look normal, and they ended up having to cut that out of your face. It's not a pretty thing. And I'm seeing it more and more in, not just older people, because sometimes we see a lot of the southern region people, like your Florida, Texas, Georgia, they get a lot of sun. So you see that quite often. But I'm starting to see a lot of younger people who are doing the tanning beds, who are laying out in the sun, no sunscreen. They're using baby oil to go tan. And, we've all done it.
That
And
sounds painful.
they're literally cooking in the sun with no sunscreen. And I am, when I say the advocate, just not for sunscreen, but yes, Black girl sunscreen. For one, it is broad spectrum. So broad spectrum means that you're going to have a barrier from the sun, from UVB rays and UVA rays. UVA rays is more for like it's going to give you like aging, wrinkles, sun damage. UVB, you're going to get, it's linked to skin cancer. UVA rays is kind of closer to you. So, if you're closer to like the equator, you're going to feel those rays a whole lot more, which is why when I went to Mexico and got sunburned, I wasn't even laying out. I was looking for a cabana, and 10 minutes later, I literally felt my skin just kind of like tingling. And I was like, okay, I know this isn't it. Like I put my sunscreen on, and I still got burned. So you just have to be careful when you're traveling, or if you're going to be out in the sun, to make sure you put your sunscreen on. Once you put your sunscreen on, you're going to put it 15 to 30 minutes before you actually go out in the sun. Because if you're just putting it on in the sun, you're still getting those rays before your sunscreen is really kind of activated. Anytime that you go in the water and come back out, you want to reapply it immediately. A lot of times you see your SPF, the number, so that can kind of get tricky. So you want to make sure you get 30 and above. A lot of people say after 30, it really doesn't matter, but it does. You want to make sure that if you're using, see how these kind of have, this is white, but I can't see a white background. It's Elta MD skincare. It's a medical grade brand, and it's SPF 50 sheer, broad spectrum. And it is my go-to for my face. I use Black girl sunscreen because it can be a little heavy. I use it on my body. It just kind of sits a whole lot better, and I don't necessarily have to keep reapplying it because it does last for 80 minutes, and I'm typically not in the sun more than like 80 minutes just laying out. I'm gonna probably come back in between those 80 minutes and hydrate and reapply. For the sheer, especially, this kind of goes great with all skin types, especially for oily skin. And we typically all become oily skin when we're out in the sun, from sweating. So you want to just make sure that you get something that's kind of gonna go on really, really nice and not get in your eye, because once sunscreen gets in your eyes are gonna burn. So want to make sure you keep that together. So sunscreen, number one thing for skincare.
Oh, I love that. I love that. That I didn't even know, because usually when you're at the store and you see like the banana boats and stuff, it's like 15, but that's more for less melanated skin. The more melanated you are, it needs to be a little higher.
Because even though God made us to where we could take a little bit more, we still kind of have that skin to where once it's compromised, it can go out. It could go way left. And another thing with sunscreen, you want to make sure that it's in a bottle. You don't want to do the spray sunscreens. That is just something, as dermatologists, estheticians, that spray is pretty compromised, so you don't want to use it. It kind of actually doesn't work. But in order, like, because the chemicals and stuff that they put in it for the spray, doesn't really work once you kind of get out in the sun. So you want to get something that's in the actual like bottle like this.
Perfect. I wanted to pivot a little bit as we're talking about being summertime fine. And I want to talk about how important is it? Well, number one, how do you feel that beauty, how you feel about yourself affects like your outward appearance, but also the importance of what we ingest in our bodies that affects our overall skin and face.
Right. So beauty is, the gatekeeper to beauty. I mean, to, our self-esteem. It's the first thing we see with somebody is just how they look. And my motto for just like myself and the business is enhancing the beauty that lies within, because if you don't feel beautiful inside, it wears on you, it wears on how you talk and how you go about your day and how you feel about yourself. And you want to make sure that you feel good. So if that means making sure you come to me or somebody, wherever you may be, to make sure that your skin is taken care of, I kind of feel like no skin is that far gone to where we can't get it fixed, to where it can help your confidence. Take the measurements to help whatever needs to be done. And I know my mom won't mind, but she was always like, oh, I don't need this. I don't need to get no Botox. I don't need to get none of this stuff done. And, as we get older, especially with Black women, they start to age mostly in their hands and in their neck. So I kept telling my mom, hey, Mom, I'm in the physician's office now. Like, what you need? Like, come on in. So finally, she was just like, I told her, I said, hey, I got this treatment for you. And it's called thread lifts. And she came in, got it done. And I don't think she left the mirror after that. Then it became, okay, I want to come in and get some Botox. And it's like, so self-esteem when it comes to the beauty industry, I always say, whatever you need to do to make yourself feel beautiful, do it. Don't apologize for it. If that look like going to go get a BBL, go get your BBL. If that means going to go get, some Botox here and there, go and get some Botox. Don't let anybody talk you out of something that's going to make you feel good.
Oh, they needed to hear that, Sister Cochran, baby. Enhancing the beauty that lies within. Put it on a t-shirt.
Yes.
Put it on a t-shirt, baby, because that's the one right there. But before we get up out of here, I did want to know, what are your top 5 skin must-dos for glowing summer skin? That's what the people want to know.
Okay. So my top 5, and then I kind of want to go roll that into like my top 10 skincare commandments, because everybody got to have these top 10 skincare commandments. You don't take anything else from today. You need to go by these top 10 skincare commandments. But for my top 5 skincare must-dos for the summer, limit your sun exposure, because at the end of the day, fall is going to come back around. Depending on where you're at, we may not see all the seasons, but limit your sun exposure. If you must be in the sun, make sure you take precaution. Cut down on the makeup.
You don't need it in the summer that much. Okay.
Huh?
I said, is it because you don't really need it that much in the summer?
You don't need it that much. You really don't need it, and especially depending on what makeup you're using and the chemicals that are in it, and you're outside and you're sweating. And then I see a lot of clients that come in like, my skin's just been acting up. I'm like, well, you wear a lot of makeup in the summertime. So, sweating and that stuff, is just kind of makes your skin kind of break out. So if you could just limit that, that probably will help you a whole lot. Stay hydrated. Drink your water. That is going to help keep your skin healthy. It is the food for your skin. Use your Evian water spray. This has become one of my favorites when I'm on vacation, but now I use it when I am just out and about, day partying up, standing on people's couches in the summertime. It is water, and you just spray your face. And I absolutely love it. It's like a hydrating thing. Some people use the micellar water. My sister loves that. You kind of just put it on a little cotton round and pat your face, kind of just give your skin, some more life, and almost like it's drinking water from the outside opposed to inside. And number 1, we've been talking about it. Wear your sunscreen. Wear your sunscreen.
I love that. And wear the
Mhm.
sunscreen. Stay hydrated, y'all, and mind your business.
Mind your business.
And that'll cut down on a lot of y'all acne.
A lot of it. Make sure you're getting your sleep.
Ooh, yes. So
Okay.
that's a bonus.
Make
Sleep.
sure you're getting your sleep. That sleep is for sucker is not healthy. Okay. We're not doing that. We need adequate sleep.
Listen, for the lies going around the internet talking about some billionaires don't sleep. Baby, they sleep the most.
Yes,
It's the workers. So get your rest.
Get your rest.
And let's get into the 10 skin commandments.
Yes. Number 1, create a skincare regimen and stick to it. You can adjust as needed, as Tynee and I talked about, throughout the summer, fall, winter months, adjust it, but make sure you create a skincare regimen. That is going to look like a cleanser, toner, exfoliation, moisturizer / serum, and SPF. AM and PM. So we're not just washing our face in the morning. We want to wash the day off at night. Okay.
Yes.
We want to, as we just talked about, saying no to lifestyle habits that can damage your skin. That is, smoking cigarettes. If you're going to be smoking some of God's herbs, make sure you want to make sure that you're moisturizing the skin a little bit more, because smoking does dry out your skin from the inside out. And it does compromise skin a whole lot. You want to get your adequate sleep and stay away from stress. Stress can really mess up your skin. See it all the time. Number 3, remove your makeup at night, ladies and gentlemen. Remove your makeup at night. It does make a difference. Like I said, next one, wash your face AM and PM. Number 5, wash your face AM and PM, in the morning and at night. Number 6 is exfoliate your skin. I can't tell you how many times people come in and be like, "Mom, my skin is messed up." Like, no, it's not. You just need to exfoliate. That's it. Because how are your products that you spend your good hard-earned money for going to penetrate your skin, and you've got a layer of dead skin on top of it? So exfoliate your skin. Number 7, anti-aging products is not for when you are needing anti-aging. You want to start anti-aging products as soon as possible. So don't think when you see anti-aging, you can't use it because you're only 22. Use it now.
That's interesting that you say that, because when Oil of Olay is marketing anti-aging, they're using an older person.
Yep.
So I don't think a lot of people know that, because everybody feeds into marketing. So when you think it's for older people, then you're not going to run to that. So
I see y'all once a month. You gotta do where the home care is at home. I feel like I'm pretty good at what I do, but I'm not a magician. So you got to give me some help when you're coming in. So let's make sure we're doing some anti-aging before we need it. Number 8, hydrate your skin from the inside out, whether if that's drinking plenty of fluids, hydrating your skin, using your moisturizer, your serum that is dedicated to your skin type. We want to make sure that we are doing that. That is number 8. Number 9, one of my favorite ones, and I'm going to tell you over and over again, do not pick. There's nothing in it. There's nothing to get out. I gotta get it. It's something in there. Yeah, it's inflammation. So if you're gonna keep picking it, it's gonna get worse.
Talking to me. Maybe I'm a picker, and that's why I got all this hyperpigmentation. That's another story. All right,
another story. And the last one, we all know what my last one is, Tynee. What is it?
Number 10. What didn't you say? Sunscreen.
Boom. Ring, 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 ring. What is her prize? Yes, ma'am. Wear your sunscreen. Wear your sunscreen. Please. If you need help, please DM me. I will help you. I will send you a link. I have a link for all these products that I talked about. Please DM me, because I want to make sure that your skin looks good. Because if I see you out in public, I'm going to tell you.
She's going to tell you. Now, let me reiterate to you guys. You're getting tips for, look at this skin. I wish I had a laser beam to zoom in on the smoothness. Baby, this skin right here is not compromised, okay? It's damn near perfection. So she knows what she's talking about. I want to thank you so much for being on the show today, Kendra. I'm so glad you recovered from last year's. She called me last year like, I look like Freddy Krueger. I can't come on there. So I'm so glad that you came this year. These were very wonderful, great, helpful tips. To my talkers out there, the links that she's talking about will be at the bottom in the notes section, as well as her contact information. But in true Tynee Talks fashion, please tell my listeners where they can follow you on social media handles, and who you giving your shouts out to today.
Yes, you can follow me on all social media, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, all that good stuff at KCoFaces Beauty, KCoFaces Beauty. My personal page, just KCoFaces. Come say hey. I want to give a shout out to my school, Atlanta School of Massage. I want to give a shout out to my mom for keeping me, giving me her whole face. She said, copy and paste. I want to thank all my clients. I want to thank everybody for just supporting me over the years. It is definitely loved. And I am just so grateful. And thank you, Tynee Talks, for having me on.
Thank you. And do you have any specials going on right now in the Atlanta metropolitan area?
Yes, I do. If you come in and say you viewed Tynee Talks, I will give you 20% off of all your services.
Not 20%.
20%.
Baby, she giving 20% if you mention Tynee Talks. Go see KCo and get that glow. Period. We acting bad all summer.
All summer, y'all. Come see me.